I got games. I'm gonna play you a whole song on my guitar. It's called Game Store Grabs. How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another edition of Game Store Grabs. Just got back from the video game store and I had a mission. My mission was to get as many NES games that I do not own as possible. With exception, sports games. Now, I made a couple exceptions when I seen a couple of the sports games over there. But aside from that, I wanted to try to dabble into some things that I can fill my shelves with because I really want to try to get them all as much as I can. So I'm back from the game store and I got a couple of things I want to go over and show you. I'm going to start with a pop figure. So I know this isn't jumping right into games. However, this is the main character from Contra. I had to pick it up. I got it for $2. So this was a steal in my opinion. Oh, and by the way, if I go over some of these games that you may have heard of, I may have not heard of, please feel free in the comments to let me know if it's something that you like, have any memories on, if it's a good game, because I haven't even played any of these games since coming back. And I'll try to have a little video feed, maybe in this area, or this area, of some gameplay of some of the games. So we're gonna dive into the first game. We're gonna go Dino Wars. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea about this game. I have never ever played it, seen it, don't know anything about it. It could be very well, could very well be the greatest game out there. I doubt it because there's a lot of really good games. So that's the first one. We'll go with another unknown title. I think you use the zapper for this one. I'm pretty sure it's called Trick Shooting. Snagged this one for $6.95. Again, I wasn't being particular what I picked. Mainly if I've seen it and I don't have it, I considered getting it. I didn't stock up with everything they had. There was a couple of them that I skipped on because they were mainly sports games and stuff. But I wanted to pick up as many of these titles that I don't have as possible. Another one, Dr. Chaos. I'm gonna be honest, this actually looks really neat from the cover. It could be very well a stinker, complete, but $7.95, worth a shot. I need it anyway if I'm gonna get all 800 and something NES releases, I think, is what it showed me on my app, even though I think the main releases are 678, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna move on, going to something that's not a video game, per se. It's a TV show. How many people remember the Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
It had Captain Lou Albano on it. It had whoever played Luigi. I have no idea what his name was. Let's go with one more Mario themed item. This is a coffee mug. It is a Boo that is black, and then when you pour hot liquid on it, it turns white. I thought this was pretty neat. Another one of those $10 deals, I guess. But it'd be neat to have it into my coffee mug section. But the box I'm going to put up here somewhere in my Mario section. So, okay, now off to the next game. I'm gonna go Russian Attack on the NES. Picked this one up for $6.50. Looks decent. I mean, I'm definitely gonna play all of these games because a lot of these I've never heard of before. But this seems like something I might enjoy. So I'm gonna pop that in, give it a shot. This one, I have no clue. So please help me with this if you know what this is. Asteniacs? I'm probably saying that wrong. But if you know anything about this, please let me know. I'm going to play it. I'll know more about it probably before I read the comments. But $4.95 for a $5 game. It's probably not worth $5. But now we're going to go off to the bayou. We're going to do the adventures of Bayou Billy. So I don't know about the adventures of this Bayou Billy. But rest assured, I'm going to find out. All right, told you I made some exceptions to the sports type titles. I didn't get a whole lot, but the sports titles that I did get, this is one of the black box ones. 10-yard fight. Felt like it was a must-have to the collection, regardless of being a sports title. Now, I know I have to get all the sports titles if I'm going to collect them all. But $6.50. I think it's about worth that. But it definitely needs to be on the collection. And I definitely need to have it up there. So we're moving on. We're going to go with the non-game title. With any game room, you know that people are going to be bringing drinks, setting them all over everything. You don't want those drinks, the condensation, to get on your collectibles. So I got some NES coasters. Now these, when I opened them up, were fairly cheap. Like they weren't like a hard covered coaster or anything like that by all means. But they were still neat because they were in the shape of NES classics, like Metroid. But I will tell you, I don't think anything can sit on here for too long because it's cardboard, it's flimsy. I believe it's just there for show. So still pretty neat to have this, and I will definitely make people use the coasters if they come over to my man cave. Okay, moving on to Silent Service. Now I know a lot of collectors have this game. I have seen it in many, many videos. I have yet to play it. You know, it's another $5 game that I believe is a must-have for the collection, so I'll definitely put it in there. I'm going to try them out, like I said, with all of these, and have some gameplay. I'm sure you're probably watching it right now up here. And let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, going to keep everything rolling with NES titles as I promised. But one thing I didn't promise is sports games. I did throw another sports game in there, and that's ice hockey. Big fan of hockey games, as if you've seen some videos, you know that I do like hockey games, but this one was only $2.95. And I want to say, I could be wrong, I could be shooting myself in the foot by saying this, but this is one of the early titles for ice hockey. So definitely glad to have that one. Let's move to one that I do know about. And I'm kind of ashamed to say I don't have it. I do now. Bad Dudes. Classic game. I love this game. So I know there's mixed reviews on this, but you know, in my opinion, it's definitely a must-have for the collection. I mean, it's no like Mega Man or anything like that. It's nothing, you know, that you're gonna show everybody. Look, guess what I got? I got this. But it's definitely a game that's a one to pick up, a one to play, one to display. So move on to the next one. Don't know, but I do know it's a pinball game. It's Pinbot. Another cheap title. You know, many people, I could probably look at this as filler, you know, because you got your good NES games, and you got other NES games that you just have in there to fill shelf space. For me, I want to eventually have all of them, so they're not all filler. So, but I'll definitely throw that in for displaying it. Okay, don't know about this one either. Karnov. I don't really even have anything to say other than it says arcade hit on it. So I'm assuming it's one of those ones that they've ported over from the arcade, and it wasn't as probably good as the arcade was. High hopes for a lot of these games that started off as an arcade style, but they usually didn't fare well. They didn't translate, you know, from arcade style to your home network system. So still, nonetheless, gonna add to it. So moving on. Okay, so gonna throw in another small item. Not really a game. Oh, not a game at all, actually. It's a controller, but it's an air freshener. Every car needs an NES controller air freshener, in my opinion. If you don't believe that, well, then we're not friends. So this one's going to be on my car tomorrow. Put it on there. Okay, so NES is finished. Those are all my NES games, but I do have a couple of more games that I did pick up while I was there. They're still Nintendo related, but they're N64. So, Hey You Pikachu. I'd never really collected a lot of like Pokemon games. However, I do have a few, and I had no idea what the purpose behind this is, but when I actually looked into it, I guess you could buy a microphone that you could talk to Pikachu. A little interesting of a concept for back from Nintendo 64 era. I know they had a lot of games where you could actually talk to, like the pet game that they had for like PlayStation 2 or something. But to have it all the way back from N64 was pretty neat. So I don't have a microphone to talk to Pikachu or anything, but I'm pretty sure this game has other things to go along with it other than that, which I'm sure, call me out if you know more about this. And South Park. Who doesn't like a good adult animated cartoon? I know I do. South Park. This game itself is a really good game. I will vouch for it. You know, I mean, N64 had some throwaway titles. You know, I don't want to say they're all throwaways, but there's some of them that were just downright horrible. But I wouldn't want to put South Park in that category. It would be something that I'm excited to play it now because I can't fully remember the gameplay itself, but I remember it looking a lot like the cartoon. And whenever you found a game that resembled your favorite cartoon or something that you were playing, and it looked like you were playing an episode from the cartoon, back then it was like revolutionary. It was great. So I'm excited to throw this in. One last item. And if any of you guys know, or care to know, one of my favorite all-time horror movie is A Nightmare on Elm Street. So much so that Fred is right there, staring at me as I'm doing this video. So, what better thing to pick up than something to go with my Fred collection? Nightmare on Elm Street figurine. Now, this isn't your typical figurine, it's a Funko product. But I can remember this this figure, not just from the recent. I'm pretty sure there's a version of this figure from a while back. But they have different variations of it. You can get it in Pinhead, Jason, Leatherface, Michael Myers. It's a pretty cool collection because I just like how it doesn't look exactly like Freddy Krueger. I mean, obviously Freddy doesn't have muscles and it's almost like He-Man like oriented. So, but it is a pretty neat off-the-wall thing to add to my collection of stuff that's for Nightmare on Elm Street. So that wraps up everything that I have. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, subscribe. I appreciate it. Any kind of commentary would help me a lot so I know for future videos maybe what to do. But this was, again, second installment of my game store grabs. Have a great one. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.
But wait! There's more!
Moving on to the next game. Russian Attack. And that's my kid coming in right now in the middle of the video. And I'm gonna have to stop it. Start back over. What happened that was funny? Here, come over. Tell the camera. What happened that was funny? Come on. Ellie. What are you doing in my room?
Get your games here.
Breakfast games. Shut up. Oh, shut up.
Hey, you up there! What are you doing up there? Keep it down!